if you're not writing for yourself, that's the first. Like for me, that my first novel was for me. I mean, wasn't dedicated to me, but perhaps it should have been, because it was for me. It was me. It was exercising this demon that had hung over my life of wanting to write a novel. Like I said, kind of getting the white whale by the tail. So, but then beyond that, then I started, we all start thinking about, okay, what's the follow up and who am I writing this for? And then you get reactions to your first book and you want to listen to that feedback. You want to incorporate it and start writing something that maybe will hit on some of the things that you're hearing from people. And that that just rolls and rolls and rolls. So it becomes, it certainly becomes, it's helpful in the beginning, and then it can become an obstacle to getting words on the page down the road. And that's certainly where I'm kind of at right now. As I'm trying to wrap up a trilogy, it's it's a lot of voices in my head, and I have to try and figure out how to go back and recapture that spirit of the first
that
one.
magic, right?
Because otherwise, I think it's just going to live in my way. Yeah, otherwise it's going to live in my way.
That perfect storm. Yeah. For me, it was the most immersive, toughest thing I ever did, which was just the 18-hour day of cranking for probably 2 months to just wrap it up. The whole thing was there. It was laid out. And it was a matter of polishing and moving stuff around and making it happen in the way that I saw it. I was matching the vision of the entire book with the book itself. And that was one of the greatest periods in my adult life, where it was unbelievably difficult, yet so rewarding. And it was so meditative and all-consuming that it was like doing a Zen retreat on the mountain. It was like Zarathustra coming down after it was done, and it was very satisfying. And I think as a writer and an artist, you can't expect anything more than that. That's a huge win, and everything else is icing on the cake at that point.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it is its own little definition of success. I can agree with you 100% that when you get into that flow, when the story is just really coming and surprising you, and characters, people don't often understand when I tell them that, like, characters want what they want, and sometimes they do things that you don't want them to do. It sounds weird for people who haven't like been in the trenches and realize that that's not hyperbole. Like, they will do what they want to do, and you don't often have control over it. The story goes where it needs to go.
You're a conduit for their virtual. Right. There's a virtual reality construct in your head, and they start becoming autonomous. And that's the best writing right there. Yeah, it's organic. It's based on their goals, not necessarily yours. And that's the heart of drama, where you take a very clearly defined character with clearly defined goals and clearly defined obstacles, and you let it play out.
Yeah.
That's so much fun.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And you have to let it happen,
Yeah. Release it.